Jake, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
What question you ask me today?
It's an important question.
Don't look at my mess. Don't look at my mess. Don't look at my mess.
Can you see me?
Can you dig it? Sucker! Sucker! Yeah, I can see you.
We're recording, so that means it's working. That means...
Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
Dude. Also, looking up and seeing, like, usually when I have it doing 4K recording, the upload is, like, stuck at, like, 30 the whole time. Right now it says 87. Oh, now it says 90. So, like...
Yeah, I'm at 99.
Oh, my God.
What a world!
After most recordings, I have to leave my computer up because it takes until, like, 2 in the morning for my thing to upload. Not anymore.
Yeah, buddy, welcome to the modern age.
Welcome to 250 goddamn megabytes per second.
Dude, do I wear this every time we record? I wear this piece of clothing every day, all day. This Berber fleece zip-up I have. It's freezing, dude.
It is cold.
I'm so cold. Even in my house, it's cold.
I'd have to look. I don't know. I don't think so.
It's possible. What's going on with you?
Just chilling.
Just enjoy. Dude, your skin has never looked better.
My skin.
I just figured you were pixelated at all times. I told you when we were together in person last month, I was like, wow, I can't believe you're unpixelated. It's just crazy.
I can't believe that's how you've always seen me for this long.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It is crazy. It's funny because I remember doing the One Piece card episode and like showing Braden and Sam, and they were both just like, yeah, totally. Absolutely. It looks
great.
Cool.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, we might as well just get going.
With what?
With this podcast.
This is me going right now.
I'm on right now.
All the time, yeah.
Okay. I mean, we could use it. We could not use it. Depends what people care to listen to.
They want to hear everything. They love us.
Welcome back to Nerd Shit in the Dark, the shittiest podcast on the internet, but just a slightly less shitty today because we have full internet speed capabilities of 2026. Thank the Lord in Christ. I am your host, Chase the Chaz Screepek, and joining me tonight is the co-host of the show. His name is...
Jake something Dunbar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
That works today.
Jake something on a Dunbar.
This was never meant to be a bit, but it might just have to be a bit that I don't have, like, a real name here. I don't have a middle, I just don't have one. It's not working for me.
I still am good with the J word, but
that'll work.
It's fine.
Have I said this on here like 900 times, why it freezes me up? Have I told you why it freezes me up?
Yeah, I think the last time you did tell me, because you had a class or something.
You got it. Yep. Okay, good. Yeah. I'm an old man that just repeats his stories.
Yeah.
This is good.
That's okay. That's okay.
What you gonna do?
How you been?
Dude, it's cold. It's winter. I hate it.
It's cold. It's winter. It's not fun. Let's just talk some new shit before we get into, like, main shit. Did you watch the first episode of Free Run yet?
I did not. I'm waiting for the dub.
Oh. Yeah, I'd imagine it's going to be... I
heard 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's 2 weeks. I don't think there's been an announcement about that, but, like, I would have... That's usually how it goes. So.
I'm behind on all shows. I haven't watched Fallout yet. I haven't watched the second part of Stranger Things, and I don't really want to.
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to make time for any of that. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, the first part I thought was just okay, and I've heard the second part's not okay, so... Yeah. What have you been watching? I've been watching a lot of movies still, but...
We're 3 episodes into Fallout of
You've been loving
5
it.
That I think are out, and I'm pretty all in, yeah. Wish we had time to watch more, but that's good. I started the new Game of Thrones show, the Dunk and Egg show.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Right. First episode was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. It kind of leaned more in, like, the funnier side of Game of Thrones, which I'm about. Like, it's just, it doesn't feel like the other 2 shows, which is nice to, like, take something that we've already seen, like Game of Thrones, and, like, just make a differently similar show. And for 1 episode, I thought it was pretty good. So
I'm not gonna drink haterade right now, and I'll just let that exist.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's where
I'm
gonna
keep at it.
Except that maybe we could do something different and some different IP in the Game of Thrones world. I'm over it. That's my only bit.
Or do you just mean than the Game of Thrones world?
Yeah, I'm just over it.
That's fair.
I'm just over it.
I'm glad that they're not like I'm glad they're just taking things from like other pieces of that world and doing things with it, like instead of a continuation or a prequel directly that relates to the main show.
They're apparently doing the Targaryen, roots history.
Yeah, I already dumped out that show. Like I started House of Dragon, and then the second season I heard wasn't any good.
Well, no, there's another one they're doing, like the initial Targaryen revolution. That's apparently in the works. As soon as I heard they were working on like 5 or 6 shows in this universe, I'm out. It just feels like HBO desperately clinging to their one few IP that has actually worked. But that was 7 years ago that Game of Thrones ended. It's like, I just, I don't know.
Yeah.
House of Dragon season 2 didn't do it for me too much. Like, I don't know. I want a show. I just don't know when it'll happen again. But I want a show that, like when Game of Thrones was on, everybody Sunday night was watching it. Everybody.
Yeah.
And I was excited. I have not been excited about a show coming out like, oh, that day it's coming. It's been a long time. So, and maybe that's just me, but
Yeah, no, I don't think there's like Game of Thrones. Like there are shows I'm like, oh, I want to watch that as soon as I can, but it's not like Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, you had to watch it.
It was
Sunday
a
night.
must-see event.
Yeah, there's a video.
I woke up Monday morning and watched.
I talk about it all the time. It was just the absolute best. That
yeah,
and there's a video from New York of an apartment building that this person's filming from the outside.
Yeah,
and you can see the lights on in the windows, and they're all blinking at the same time because everybody was watching Game of Thrones on a Sunday night. It has had a cultural grip that we haven't seen since, and I don't know that we ever will again. I don't know. We'll see.
We will. I just don't know what
it's
it'll
just
be.
People don't want. I don't know. It just feels like, the landscape of media is changing very quickly. So maybe, I hope so, but we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
What else? I watched movies, but not really any shows.
You can talk about movies. I'm good with talking about
I just watched The Town for the first time, Ben Affleck. You ever see that one?
Yeah, I have. It's been a while because it's rather older.
It's good. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's a Boston crime movie. Right?
Yeah, I watched it when I was in college, so it's been a while. But
yeah, I've watched a couple other things too, but I'm just not remembering. Oh my god, I watched Train Dreams. You ever heard of Train Dreams?
I don't think I have.
Oh god, man, it is I don't know that you would like it. It's one of these movies that it's definitely very artsy. Maybe a little bit more artsy than story. But man, we cried. It was good. Very, very good movie. Very dramatic.
And Tori both cried?
She sobbed. The protagonist.
This is a new movie.
Yeah, on Netflix. Yep.
Train Dreams.
Man, the protagonist was fantastic in it. Very sad movie. Very slow movie. I liked it a lot. Oh, it was really
95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I was really
Only
good.
an hour and 42 minutes. Interesting.
I don't know that you would like
into this.
But I thought it was very
I don't
good.
know if you really know what I like. You're always saying that about things because they're slow, but like
I think maybe
that's not why I didn't like Free Run, right? It wasn't because it was slow.
Maybe I think it's maybe that
It was because they beat the drum redundantly over the top. That's why I didn't
think
like
it's maybe more that I just don't want you to not like it and be like, damn, Jake recommended me that. What the hell? I think that's maybe more what
it's
it
like
is.
a self-defense.
I think it is good though. I liked it. I think a lot of people like it, but it's fucking sad.
It's funny I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, well, so what it is it's one of Netflix's movies this year, and they really pushed the shit out of Frankenstein, which deservingly so, great movie, but didn't push this Train Dreams movie as much. And part of that's trying to drum up like award season and stuff like that. But Train Dreams is going to get some award nominations, and they literally did nothing for it. So.
Yeah, November.
Oh,
it's weird how many
I'm gonna tell you,
things
it's just
come
a great movie. I really enjoyed it. It's really good, man.
Joel Edgerton. Jeez, Joel Edgerton looks old.
Is that the main character?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he goes up
is
and down.
51.
He ages throughout it. It's very good, man.
Yeah.
Very good. I do recommend it, but you got to be in. Maybe more of what I should say is you have to be in the mood for it. Not that you will like it. You have to be in the mood for it. That's more fair. You have to be in the mood for something like that.
You think it could be one of my 3 a.m. movie watches?
I think you fall asleep. Or cry. And who wants to cry in the middle of the night like that? I think maybe you have 3 beers and watch it at night and just sob like a baby.
Wow. Okay.
Who said that? Who did that? Not me. Now, it's
Yeah.
not the movie that... What is the number one movie that's ever made you cry? Because I have one that's undefeated, and any person who watches it, if you don't cry, you're a sociopath.
I'd have to think about that. You'd have to give me more time to think
Okay, well,
about
I
that.
had number one.
There's a lot of movies that make me cry.
Easy number one movie that'll make you cry that doesn't have a sequel.
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
No, see, it doesn't have a prequel or sequel. Number one movie, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
You know, you told me
I've told
that
you about it
once.
100 times because you...
Yeah.
And
I have
Corey
yet
and I
to
cried
watch it.
so much that I think I got a sinus infection.
That's insane. It's been like 2 years since you told me about that, and I still haven't pulled the trigger on that.
It's one of the best
one I
movies
have
I've
to
ever
watch
watched.
with Miranda.
I was like devastated when it didn't win the Oscar for animated film. Like devastated.
Well,
it lost to
just
Pinocchio. Gives a shit about Pinocchio, bro.
Just blows my mind that because
it's a shell.
I
It's a
know
YouTube
Marcel
shell.
the Shell with shoes on. Yeah, I've seen the bits. So
Movie
I'm shocked
crushed
that
me in the soul, bud. Both of us.
I
crushed us
forgot
in
about
the
it. I'm glad you
soul.
reminded me. I will have.
It's
to
not
watch
something that you can find easily to stream, though. So just like Christopher Nolan movies, I have this gripe that like Christopher Nolan movies just aren't on streaming anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna have to start buying them in physical form, and that pisses me off beyond all belief. Like I don't think that's the answer to streaming. Like I know there's problems with streaming, but making me buy DVDs is not the answer. So
well, there's always another solution.
I don't sail, bro. I don't sail.
Yo ho.
I don't set sail.
What if I sailed and I found some booty and I shared it with you?
You can do whatever you want. I just very frustrated by this. I went to watch Oppenheimer the other day, and it was on HBO Max, and now it's not.
Okay, that's pretty weird, huh?
Dude, I don't know what's going on. Like,
he's got a weird relationship with WB, actually.
But
so
man, like, same thing. Sinners. I mean, Sinners just came out on streaming in the last 6 months. It was on HBO Max. It's already now on Prime. I don't know. I understand that things are going to change where they live, but it just feels like nowadays it's every 6 months a movie moves around, you know?
Yeah. I feel that way with TV shows sometimes, and I don't like that. Like How I Met Your Mother.
What's it on now?
I'm glad Hulu just has it, because like when I first was into it, it was on Netflix,
100%.
but then Netflix lost it, and that's why I got Hulu.
It was the biggest reason I had Netflix.
But it went back to Netflix like a year or so ago, but it just left Netflix again. I'm just like, gee,
to get
it's
over
on Hulu forever.
My past depressions, maybe I'll try to watch How I Met Your Mother again in this life. I don't know if I'll be able to though.
Oh, you can, dude. Like, it's so good.
I know, dude.
Despite how you feel about the ending.
Well, it's not that. It's that I watched it at a time in my life when I was really happy and then really sad, and then I had to quit watching it because it just reminded me of being sad. So you're the only person that's ever seen it more than me. So I give you great respect in that regard. I remember when we
just watched some the other night.
We were at Ocean City together, and you were like, "Hey," and we were walking around, and you were like, "Hey, I love How I Met Your Mother," and I was like, "You don't love it as much as me," and you were like, "Yeah, I do." And you said, "Well, how many times have you seen it?" And you did give me big respect. And I was like, somewhere between 15 and 20. And you were like, "Those are good numbers, Padawan, but not."
Those are good. Those are good. Like for your average Joe.
You were like, those are really good numbers. They aren't my numbers. And then we talked about what it meant to us. It was really funny.
For a guy that has stuff going on in his life, that's a good amount of times. But for a guy that had nothing going on in his life,
I watched episodes every night.
I still think it's funny.
It's a good show.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's not about it not being funny. It's about that I had to quit watching it because it was reminding me of my past.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes I can't hear, like, sometimes I make fun of my friends that laugh at the same jokes over and over, and I'm just like, you've heard this joke. But I can laugh at How I Met Your Mother. It's more than just the jokes. It's the delivery. It's everything. It's the whole atmosphere. I can't tell you how much I love that show.
From age 18 to 24, I watched it I watched it at night before bed and while sleeping every single night for 6 years. Like every night. I just I miss it. Maybe again. Then I switched to Archer for maybe a year.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. I always We'll get into the show eventually, I promise. But
What show?
like it was Scrubs for me.
This
It was
show?
Scrubs for
This is the show, people. This
I
is what
know,
they're
but
here
like our
for.
main topics. But
This
like
is
it
what
was
they're here
Scrubs for
for.
me for the longest time until I picked up How I Met Your Mother.
Really?
And then like Scrubs, like I still watch Scrubs here and there, but like I used to binge
But,
that
dude,
all the time. But then once How I Met Your Mother came, like Scrubs took
I think How I Met Your Mother is the best sitcom ever, but I know that's subjective.
I agree.
I don't think
agree.
objectively that's the case, but man.
Yeah, I mean it's an opinion, and it's an opinion
Oh,
that I
it was a
agree
good
with.
one though. I loved it.
It's good.
Amazing that they just don't have shows like that anymore. Like I know sitcoms exist, but not like they did.
Yeah.
I will say I would probably struggle like watching Marshall be in law school and just not doing law school. Like he was just at the bar every night all the time. I'm like, man, that's not how that went for me.
There's some season
There's
one
some
where
scenes
he's like,
where he's
bitching
studying
about
or whatever.
it. Yeah.
I remember it was the funny. I loved. I thought of it all the time. I went through a very short period of unemployment, and I would think all the time, and it's very depressing. There was in How I Met Your Mother. There's a time where Marshall's unemployed. And he's waking up every day and doing job interviews, and he's in his underwear and the mirror brushing his teeth, and he's like,
got the tape on his nose. What am I doing?
It starts with, I'm going to do my job interviews today. And then by the end, he's like, I will get through this interview. I will come back and crack a beer, and I will not cry. And that absolutely was my experience of unemployment as well. And yeah, what a show, man! It's
just so relatable. Whether it's something like that or
every character is actually very well developed. I think that's where I struggle with other sitcoms. Is there are 5 characters in that show that all have like very great character development over the course of the entire show, and I don't care about the last season. It's a sitcom. I think the fact that the last season matters so much to people is part of what makes it great. Do you know what I mean? That's part of why it's like
that's fair.
So great. No one gives no one cares about what happens like the end of Seinfeld, even though Seinfeld's like
I like Seinfeld's ending. I like the last season of How Much. I really didn't have a problem with it.
It's the ending. It's the ending.
But I do think, and a lot of people do bitch about the season whole, but I will fight anybody on this. I think that the final season has probably 3 of the best episodes of How I Met Your Mother. So even if you don't like the show,
it's just the
I think
end.
they're at least
that's all.
And I've come around on the ending. I really have.
I hear it. I think and I'm sure for you, given like what age you were when you were watching it, I had waited for what felt like so long for the ending. That honestly, it's one of these. I don't know that it could have been. Yeah. Like I don't know that they could have done it correctly. You know.
Well, you know what? It's very similar to the Empire of the Dawn ending. For me, it's like they kind of had it. They kind of had it. But then at the very last second, they were like, we're going to ruin it now. Instead of just letting it end at the good part, they were like, have the kids say that this is spoilers. To have the kids say that this was all about trying to date Aunt Robin. And it was like, if they could have just ended it with them on the train, like I'm fine with her being dead. Of course she's fucking dead. Why would he be telling this story if she wasn't dead? Right. I was like in tears when that first happened. Like I was in it. And then that final scene happened and tears turned to rage. And yeah. But
I think it's one of these things that if I would go back and rewatch it with age, I would probably feel a bit differently about it too. Yeah. Right? Like my 22-year-old brain couldn't appreciate it maybe as much as my 32-year-old brain. Yeah. So, yeah, we could do.
What if I told you, well, what? Yeah. Oh God. It's weird to think I was 21 when it ended.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think I would have been, 19 when it ended, but it didn't come to Netflix until I was like 21. Do you know what I mean? Like I couldn't watch it until. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch it like on cable. Yeah. Couldn't afford cable in college. Are you crazy?
I just went to people's houses that did for the new episodes at least, but yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I love talking How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, we could do whole episodes on it, but I'm gonna go change this furnace filter and then let's bang out Will of the Many, Strength of the Few. Yeah.
All right, Jake just finished fixing his furnace. How's it looking,
bud? Homeownership's super fun. The house is still cold, but How I Met Your Mother,
Yeah.
Best sitcom of all time for me. It
Me
won't
too.
hold up like that to anybody else. Now, here's the thing. With Brandon Sanderson and these Eye of the World books, like, we need them. We need them now. But you have to think, this is what you haven't considered.
Special editions.
So you want them quickly, and I understand that. But
I mean, as
but
quick as I
understand
can.
this. For there to be any chance for these to come out at a pace that gets us these books before Sora graduates high school, they would almost have to start the pre-order for the next book before, the pre-order for book 2 would almost have to start like
before we
the
even
day
hold
they
the
start
first
shipping book 1.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do that, they're just not going to do that.
I look at my email every single day waiting to see some sort of like, here's the day it's coming.
So let's say he ships this thing in 9 months. I don't think he will. They're still going to take, in my opinion, at minimum, another 6 months, at minimum, to start the pre-order for the next book. So,
maybe not, dude.
Dude, he would have to, you understand, he has other leather bounds that he prints for himself.
I'm aware of that, but you gotta
dedicated new, like, just no way, man. There's no way.
Think about it like this, though. Think about it like this. The difference between these leather bounds and those other leather bounds is he knows ahead of time. He's like, I got 15 books I got to do this for. So maybe he has, he's got to move a little quicker.
Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it. You ever see the way that guy is built? He ain't moving quick about nothing except for writing crappy books recently.
Anymore, he doesn't have to. He's got people to do the move quicking for him. He just has to write.
Which
we just got his newest collection of books in that blue one that just came out.
Which one?
We got that at the library.
Which book?
I don't know. I don't fucking know, man.
So, because I had one of his
3
books
months ago.
Well, I think I
saw it at your house actually when I was there.
Okay. Shit. What is that called?
It's a collection of
Mine's
stories.
black. Tailored Realities is the one you got in.
That is it.
That is it. And I still can't tell you.
I'll tell you right here, right now. I'm gonna chop that whole segment up into a nice.
Thank you. I apologize for the delay there. My brain broke.
Both of us.
Here's
were
the point.
Like,
I got Isles of the Ember Dark, I believe. That is the one that I got that I haven't read.
Okay.
We will not be reading any new Sanderson books until Ghostblood's Book 1, Mistborn Era 2. That will be the next new book that is read by Brandon Sanderson.
Era 3, isn't it?
It's really Era 2. Don't get me started.
Yeah, please
The
don't.
whole thing,
That's
the
a whole
idea.
lesson I am not ready
Let's not
for.
get into it. But anyway, How I Met Your Mother, best sitcom ever.
Yes.
Those leather bounds are going to be getting here very slowly.
Jake, do you find it interesting that
Yes.
You always question if you'll think I'll like something, but our likes are very strong in certain areas. We both agree
that we're very
How I
good
Met Your
friends.
Mother is the best sitcom. We agree with that.
We happen to be very good friends because of our common interests.
We agree that Wheel of Time
Yeah.
is probably the best fantasy. I'm not even done, and I'm like, this shit is
Oh, it's
crazy
not.
good.
I think fantasy, it's not even close. The only thing there's one series I haven't read that other people really love.
It isn't close.
Not for me, for fantasy, but he's also the only guy who really came. I'm not gonna say he stuck the landing, but he came the closest. So
Good enough. Good enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, I love it.
That's interesting. Just something I was thinking. We do disagree sometimes.
I love train
but with
dreams.
the important
I was thinking
things,
about it in the car. Never mind.
what?
I was Train Dreams. We were talking about Train Dreams earlier, and I really liked that movie. Yeah, it's sad though, but I really liked it.
I was gonna watch it while you were fixing your furnace, but I didn't.
Yeah, I liked that movie. I think it should win some kind of award. It was pretty special. What else I have going on? We're not sponsored by Smart Water, but if they want to reach out, we're interested.
We drink it from time to time. I don't have one. I have a Powerade.
We're interested.
Same
Zero.
Same thing. I drink it all the time. I got some with sugar, some without. I gotta watch that kind of thing, man.
You ever try again, no free shout outs, Body Armor Body Flash IV. Body armor Flash IV. No free shoutouts.
I don't think so.
No free shoutouts. Body armor Flash IV. No free shoutouts. Big fan.
I'll have to check it out. I've had Liquid IV.
Oh, I love Liquid IV.
Which around here we call Liquid 4. That's what we call it in our house. Like, pass me a Liquid 4.
That's really funny.
So I've had that, but I haven't had the body armor one. I'll have to try.
Dude, we're getting together in 2 weeks.
Yeah, roughly.
It's kind of exciting, though.
That is pretty exciting.
16 days. We'll be hanging out.
16 days. We will be together in the flesh again.
Together again.
That's always fun. Let's stop. This ain't a romance podcast. They ain't gonna see us gushing all right,
what do you have to
over
talk
each other.
about? I have nothing to talk about.
We got some nerd shit to talk about, and I got some things. You got some things that we are gonna do together. But I mean, how do you want to go? I think we should start with games.
Talk your games first.
My games, and then we'll
because we're gonna go book to book. So
yep. So since the last podcast, I have kind of been sinking my teeth into more of the fantasy world loves in my life. You know, I've been reading through another set of Wheel Time books again. And I wanted that kind of energy in my video game playing. And so I'm playing 2 games right now, both with dragon in their titles. So I'm going to start with the one that I started first, and that is Dragon Age The Veilguard, the newest in the Dragon Age series of video games. And, you know, up front, I think even if you're not big in the Dragon Age realm, if you just follow like video games online, you would have seen when this game came out that critically it did actually pretty well, but people fucking hated this game. All I knew about it was like it was not good, and it was on PlayStation Plus. Like, if you were a subscriber, you could get it for free like within like 6 months of its release. So I was like, wow,
a bad sign.
It is a bad sign, but it was on sale on the Steam store for like $20 over Christmas, and I was like, how, like, critics were still giving it good ratings. So I was like, well, how bad is it? So I loaded this fucking game up per recommendation from my boy Nas, who knows video games. I asked him, should I play? Because it's a whole series. He plays the whole series. Shout Nas. He plays all of them, and I was like, should I play Dragon Age Inquisition, which is the last one that got all the awards. That got all the awards, or should I play Veilguard? And he was like, he thought about it. He gave his reasons, and then ultimately he was just like, I think for what you're looking for, you'll want to go Veilguard. So I picked it up, and I mean, only upon doing research on to why the people that hate it as much as they do, I'm having a really good time playing the game. I think it's doing for me all I need out of it.
How many hours?
The more I've learned, I put about 30 in, which is I've heard like if you just stick to the story, it's only like 40 hours, but I've been doing every side quest, because why the fuck not? If you're having a good time playing a game, you should be doing everything, and I think the side quests are compelling enough that I'm like, yeah, why not? But here's the difference between me and other people that were trashing this game last year. They are all people who play and love the Dragon Age games, and from what I've gathered, this game is just very different than the other Dragon Age games. Like, it just plays differently. The conversation, like the way, like the tone is different. It's like it's called Dragon Age to them, but it's not their game.
Right.
I don't have that because I didn't play any of the other ones. So I'm having a pretty good time for what it is. It's really good. It's just not a Dragon Age game. Like, the combat is different. Like, in the other ones, you like control a party and there's like staging. Like, you've played at least like Mass Effect or Knights of the Old Republic or one of the fucking games that these people have made. They're all RPG-esque. You do conversations, yada, yada, yada. And this one does some of that, but it's very like you only control really just your character. You have a party. They can't really die. They're just there to help you fight, and you just control one guy. For what I was looking for in a game right now, that's what I wanted. But if I waited 10 years for a series that I love, like imagine if Halo 3 came out and it was just a completely different game.
Yeah.
Like it just
Imagine if it was
played
Halo
different
4.
than Halo 2. Well, no, because it still plays the same. It's still a first-person shooter. Like, I think Halo 5 is actually an
I
exceptional
love
game.
Halo 3 so much. I
Halo
would
3's
love
great.
if as soon
Halo
as we
3's
finished this, we went and played Halo.
Yeah, no, that would be pretty cool. That would
We
be
should
pretty
do
cool.
that. Okay, anyway.
Do
Well,
you
okay,
have
let me
the-
say this. I understand. I think it's a very tough line, and I think it's an all art, right? That do you, music, books, games, movies, if you have a formula that works, do you just keep pumping out something that's the same formula but maybe becomes stale to you as a creator, or do you, change, adapt? And I think for me, it's all about what is their goal. Like what is their reasoning rather? So like what I hate, for instance, and I know you love Final Fantasy 16, and I haven't played enough of it to have a full opinion. But what I do hate is that Square Enix has said, the guy who's in charge, I don't know his name, Yatotosho something. He cut it. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Sponsored by Yata Tosho or whatever.
I don't mean that in any kind of negative way.
No, it's
but
fine.
he has said his reasoning why it can't be turn-based, why like Final Fantasy games can't be turn-based, is because people don't have attention spans and they don't want to play games like that anymore. That is bad reasoning. Okay? Good reasoning would be, hey, we've done turn-based. We're just not that excited to do it anymore. We want to try something else. Like, that's good reasoning for me. So I'd be curious with Dragon Age, as they've changed a little bit, what their reasoning is.
So I do know this a little. This game, through its inception, like while it was being made, it went through some like originally it was supposed to be coming out just as like a free-to-play kind of online game type of thing, and then it evolved into becoming a more mainline game. I even know that the title even changed in the year that it was released. It was called like Dragon Age, the Wolf Brother or something, the Wolf something, and then it got changed to the Veilguard. So like it went through this odd, crazy developmental shift. Plus the company BioWare, I think they were going through just like people as well. So it just kind of came out like this. But here's the thing. I don't care as I'm playing it. You know what I mean?
But that makes sense.
I care for the people that do care. Like I get it.
I get that.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
I totally get that.
The fact that there are only 2 Paper Mario games that play in the style of the first 2 Paper Mario games, and there are like 7 or 8 Paper Mario games, that's fucked up.
That ain't right.
No. So like I get that. But for me jumping into this series where it was, and like people love the stories in these things and the dialogue, and in this one I guess it's pretty shitty. But here's the thing with me playing this one, I don't really care. Like this is a very like I'm trying to skip through the dialogue to get to like I just love playing as like this dude that I designed to look like Rand al'Thor, but an elf with fucking lightning powers and fire powers and just getting different staffs and upgrading my shit. Like it's what I was looking for. I wanted a non-turn-based RPG game that just let me fucking pop off. And I wasn't ready to dive into Dragon's Dogma 2, so I was like, hey, why don't I dive into Dragon Age? I'm kind of into that. And it's been very fun. I mean, as the type of game that it is, as the type of game I'm looking for it to be, it's just fun to zip around on. I always want to do some of the side quests. There's items that you just find to pick up that help you upgrade. You know, it's an RPG. You equip shit to yourself. So I'm constantly going off the track to look at and find more items that are usually there. Like they don't kind of hold off on giving you shit, so it makes you feel rewarded for doing it. I don't know. I'm 8 chapters in, and I think I heard it's like 14 chapters.
Wow.
So I have some more time to put into it, but I'm enjoying it for what it is. I wasn't looking forward to it being like this new game in my favorite series. So I get why people might hate it.
I think that's fair as well.
I think it's a fun game for what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
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 I'd never discredit any of those people that.
Yeah, I think it's a fair complaint.
Yeah.
Especially when you wait that long. I think that's the problem with waiting so
10
long for
years?
games.
10
It's
years?
crazy, especially if it's your favorite game.
Yeah, and so it's like if I picked up Halo 3 and it was I don't even know. Like
You have to quit
it was
talking
a
about Halo 3.
turn-based RPG. Like out of nowhere.
Trying
Like,
very hard not to sidetrack us here on my love for Halo 3.
okay. So
I
let
would
me
love
get in.
so much to play Halo 3 after this, though. Oh. Can you play Halo on PlayStation these days?
Not yet. They're doing the campaign involved at the end of this year. So they're doing a complete remake of Halo 1 and it's coming out on PS5.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want
Xbox,
Halo 3.
Yeah, I don't know when they'll do a Master Chief Collection. Do you still have your Xbox?
Yeah.
You could get the Master Chief Collection on that and we could play together.
Should we shut down the podcast?
Nah, not yet. Not 2 nights in a row,
right.
dude. Not 2 nights in a row.
Cut.
I mean,
cut.
Not 2 times in one night, bro.
We're having fun. Okay, what else did you play?
Okay, so this ties in
Hey,
to a lot of what we were already just saying.
Let me say this about that with my little input. That sounds good. I wish I could find an RPG that I want to play and that I could get into fully. Go on.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I don't know if I'm fully into it either, but I do like it.
But the difference between me and you is if I'm not fully into it, I just won't play it.
Yeah. It's been a couple days now since I played that one, but I just can't. Just a couple days.
Suck at putting time into games. I don't know. And the worst part is I want to. It's not like, I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 looks really cool, but I just know that I'm not going to play it,
Yeah, I mean, I like that game. I started it, but it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah. I need to find one that is I need RPG game for dummies that doesn't have too much open world.
Well, Jake, I might have an answer for you because the next game I'm going to talk about, the next game I'm going to talk to you about is it kind of ties into some of the stuff you were already just saying, but I'm playing Dragon Quest XI on my Switch.
Yeah.
And Echoes of a something age. I don't remember the whole title, but yeah, an elusive age, I believe.
You got it,
dude. These Dragon Age games, I've been doing this too because they both start with Dragon. These Dragon Quest games, they are kind of in a way chef's kiss, just like turn-based combat RPG, JRPG style video games. They haven't changed from the beginning. They've just, upgraded, evolved, and adapted. Something you said earlier about with the combat system, and they said they didn't want to do it anymore or whatever. The Square Enix. Because remember, Dragon Quest, also a Square Enix property. Interesting. Where they haven't changed the way these games play. They just take they do the turn-based and they evolve it. Kind of, and then I'd say it evolved. I mean, this game came out in 2017, but you can say that Expedition 33 is the continuation in that evolution of making great turn-based RPGs.
Not to cut you off, but we have to give Square Enix its appropriate bashing. Because their point wasn't that they were bored. This is my problem with them. Their point for why Final Fantasy 16 had to be fast-paced and the style that it was is because of people's attention span and they have no appetite.
Yeah. Complete bullshit. Complete. And I'm here to tell you, Expedition 33 proved them wrong. But
it's my favorite game ever.
This game,
single-player game ever.
It's great. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's okay. It's.
Yeah, back to Dragon Quest XI.
It's fucking chef's French kiss. Okay, so Dragon Quest XI, also by Square Enix. I think what I love about these games is they do exactly what every series gives people, the same thing that we were just bitching about, the solution to it. They're like, why change what made the gameplay of this game popular? Why not just keep doing exactly that, but make it better with the technology? And that's what these Dragon Quest games do. 1 through 11, I think 10 might be an MMO, but 1 through 11 are all, the gameplay style is the same, everything's just the same, but evolved. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, and
I feel like I'm
that.
just saying a bunch of bullshit, but
buddy, this is podcasting.
This is nerd shit in the dark. So
when I was a kid, let me tell you my story about Dragon Quest. When I was a kid, like very young, like 5 years old.
I
remember watching my neighbor play a game on his Game Boy Color, and I was like, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, this game, and I didn't know what it was for a very, very, very long time, and it was Dragon Quest, and I thought it was just like the coolest game in the world. I have a vivid memory of, I was so young, dude. Yeah. There was no Game Boy Advance. That's how young I was.
I have that game that you're talking about on my Game Boy, and it's actually, here's the interesting thing, man. So we're talking 90 something.
Yeah.
When Dragon Quest first came to America, I think it's called like Dragon Warrior. So
yes,
those copies, I have that Game Boy. It's called Dragon Warrior. I think it's 1 and 2 on one Game Boy cartridge, and you can play one or the other. And I had that game, and I played it, and I didn't really know what it was back then, but it was another, I'd already played Pokemon, so it was another just like, oh, it's like Pokemon, but you're the monster. Like, you're the guy fighting. And I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest Dragon Quest. Like, I didn't follow the series after that. I really haven't touched much of the game since then. But I am a fan. Like, I've seen the 2D HD remakes of 1 through 3. I want to pick those up at some point. I mean, I know the artwork. It's Akira Toriyama designed characters and worlds, and I think that's just the charm of all of these games. But like this one being the newest in the mainline series, you can see those nice PS4 era graphics with like cutscenes and the character art and like the things that they can just do with just stylizing the game. Very just pretty to look at. And I'm playing it on my Switch. Like, I imagine if I had it on my PS4, it would even look a little cleaner. But also with that Akira Toriyama type of humor too. Like, everything's kind of funny. Like, you can charm, like, some people have charm effects so that like you get like, oh, you fall in love with them so you can't attack them or whatever. And depending on like what character you're playing, the way the thing describes it, like somebody gave me a big juicy wet one is what it said as it like came and charmed me, and I was like, that's funny as fuck. But you also get these really fun fantasy, they're not connected. I think 1 through 3 are connected, they're one story, but like most of them are all just like Final Fantasy. And I don't know, man, it's just turn-based fighting, and you just there's nothing special to it. You don't tap at times like you do in Expedition. You pick your shit, you strategize. It's fucking video game chess
Pokemon
battles
style. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, dude, it's one where it's open world. I'm just talking about 11 now. It's basically open world. You have where places to go, things to do, but there's quests and shit, and you can run around. Very nice contained open world areas, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's open, but you can't get fucking lost in it. You're always following.
I love that. That's my fear. I don't want to get lost.
Fantastic.
It's silly, but that is my fear.
No, I look at the map. There's 2 types of maps too, because when you're on your boat, you get the sailing map, and then when you have to use a spell to fast travel. It's called like Zoom or something, and that has a different style map that you choose from. Just pleasantly fun. But like in the world, it's not random encounters. Like, there are just monsters running around. If you want to go fight one, you just swing at it and then you get into a battle with it. Except if you're at sea. If you're at sea and on the boat, random encounters do happen. But other than that, and you you'll hear them, the enemy, if they see you first. So you have a chance to just like today, I was like, I'm really far from my like where I need to be. I'm just gonna run past all these guys. But if I wanted to fight them, I would. And you grow your party throughout the game. I'm a little over 30 hours into this game too, and I have the full party, which is about, I think it's 7 characters, but cool. You can have 4 on the field at a time.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And you can switch players out in the battle. You just lose a turn to do it, but like whatever. And there's class types, there's character builds.
This game.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in playing this game.
I think it's a really good like
I
you
won't
said,
because I'm on
RPG
a
for dummies in a
podcast.
kind of way. Like, not dummies.
That's what I need.
You still have to strategize and shit. But
I'm
it's
saying
like,
for dummies in terms of I don't need this like a very expansive open world experience where
no, I think if you got into this game, it would be a really good one for you. Because, like, it's one, too, where, like, you can just talk to people and collect side quests, but you don't feel burdened to, like,
I
do
love
them.
that.
Like, if you want to, you can, but you don't really have to. I did a thing today where, like, I beat a boss that gave me this key that I could then open all the doors throughout the game so far that I've seen that I couldn't open. And I just fucking went everywhere on the map where I was like, where's one of those? And I got, like, because you get different items and different equipment to equip to your characters. So like I got this sword that I got today that I've been using now where like my attack is like ridiculously high on my main character, and that's really fun. It has a crafting side game kind of thing. Like you can just buy armor and buy pieces, but like you collect like shit throughout the world, the ore and shit. And there's this mini game where you do like an anvil and you're like you make your armor and you make your swords. And at first I thought it was kind of dumb, but like the more it went on and the more intricate it became, like it's a game within itself. And if you make them really well, you can get a good piece of armor with like bonus effects because you did so well making it. And that's just a side thing. You don't even have to do that, but I love it. It's not overly hard. I never feel like my whole party got wiped out like twice, maybe, as far as I've been. But it's at times though I'm like, this is still a challenge. This is still a pretty big challenge.
I'm interested.
And like, what I love is though, that's how all of these games really are. That's how all of these Dragon Quest games really are. They've just improved on the technology, and I don't get it. It's the same company, and because, like, at one point in time, Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest are very similar games, like gameplay style, mechanics. And then it's somewhere along the way, Final Fantasy decided to start going one way, and Dragon Quest was just like, we're just going to keep doing this. They're doing a 7 remake that's coming out in a couple weeks. I downloaded the demo of that. I found it very charming. It had that over-the-top kind of look, but it was just beautifully upgraded to, like, modern graphics. Oh, it turned me on, and that's why I got back into playing 11, because I had started it before, and I haven't even gotten into like any of the story of this game. It's great. You go like I feel like I'm in an anime. I feel like I'm playing an anime. Like there's an ultimate goal, but we are just getting into different. I almost cried last night. This whole like mermaid story came out of nowhere. It just got really deep. You know how these Japanese people do. So I've just been I put in a lot of hours. I've only been replaying that again for about a week, whereas Dragon Age I've been playing for a couple weeks. This is a fun one, especially on the Switch. It's very easy, just pick up, put down, but I think it would be nice on a PlayStation as well. Dragon Quest 11. I'm preaching to the choir. Most people love this game. I think it's considered critically acclaimed, Dragon Quest 11. So,
well, you're a critic, so it must be.
I'm acclaiming. This is a good video game.
Think about it. You are quite a video game critic.
I have feelings.
You play a lot of video games. You put a lot of time into them.
I try to. They're fun. They're fun as fuck when they're good. If they're shitty, they go. But when they're good, when they just hit that scratch, itch that scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been up to for the most part. Just playing video games and reading Wheel Time.
I'm yawning. Leave that in there. Let the people know we're hardworking men. This podcasting thing is not an easy job.
Yeah, look at his eyes. Look what this podcast is doing to him.
God, actually look at them. What?
I know. You look like you should be me, and I should be you.
I'm tired. Long day today. I think the Yu-Gi-Oh! League might get back up and running for another go this winter, so that'd be exciting. I'm hopeful. The people want it. I want it. That'd be great. Are we ready to talk these books?
Yeah.
I'm going to try. I've been thinking about how to talk about this book.
We do one and then the other.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to try not to get into the second book at all. I've really thought about it, and I usually don't even think about it. I just go, balls deep.
Yeah. Lead,
that
man.
Was That wasn't a starting clap. That was just me getting fired up.
No. Yeah. You take the lead on this one. I will come along.
I got to get better at this podcasting thing, bud.
Me too.
Okay. 2 more. I'm feeling it.
Oh, good.
Dude, guess what I had today?
What'd you have?
The golden fucking arches, bro.
What'd you get?
Nugs.
How many?
Just 10. It was just a little lunch snack. You know what I'm saying, man?
Fries? Did you get a meal?
Oh. Yes. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
The nugs cannot be eaten without the fries. In my personal, humble opinion.
Yeah, they do go together.
Large Coke,
nicely.
large fries, sweet and sour sauce. Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
What's your sauce? I bet you're a barbecue guy.
At McDonald's?
Yeah. What's your sauce?
It's the sweet and sour sauce. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
My
100%.
God,
If it's not that, it's like the honey mustard. But I'm like whatever about their. I'm a barbecue guy, but I'm whatever about their barbecue
We were
sauce.
born to be friends.
Yeah.
Now another good is ranch with the hot sauce from there with the buffalo.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's
sure.
I don't ever get it, but other people usually have it around me, so I do.
Okay, let's get into my topic of expertise.
Please.
We've read a book. Maybe 2. We'll decide if we read 2 later. We read The Will of the Many, which I don't have my copy in front of me because I'm a bad host. But we read The Will of the Many by James Islington. James Islington's second series. I have his first series right here somewhere.
In that pile.
Quickly, about the first series, I liked it. I don't think it's amazing, but it was good. And I read it saying, this is a good author who I'm happy took the leap into writing. He was a professional who decided to hell with it. I'm going to try writing. I think it's a good series. The Shadow, I can't remember the name of the series. Good books. I liked them. I think it was like, for me, like a 7 out of 10 series, you know. It's been a few years now. But so when I saw that he had a new series coming, I was very excited as an author, but I had been putting it off because who likes to read the first book of a series knowing they're going to have to wait 5-6 years until the series finishes? No one wants to do that. So I've been putting it off, and I've been hearing a lot of great things. The internet loves it. Specifically, my college roommate loved it. He read it this year. And Chase read it this year, and I said, all right, I gotta dip my toes in. So, post Sun Eater 4, I start this book. Now, what are we talking here? We're talking fantasy, slight sci-fi, but more fantasy book, right? I think that's fair to say. We have a unique magic system. We have some revolution, some empire. The kind of storylines that you love, right? We have a protagonist with no parents. It's good stuff. All your classic things are in here. Yeah.
Is that a spoiler?
No, he's an orphan to start the series.
Sure, yeah.
I'm just trying to think of how to... It's a hard book to describe without spoiling the beginning of it. I love knowing nothing about a book, so I'm just trying to think of how else to describe it. Other than unique magic system with an empire that naturally is oppressive to people, so they're trying to overthrow it in certain capacities. Very early on in the book, our main character is an orphan. He lives in an orphanage and participates in essentially like a fighting ring to
I think from
money.
now on, we should just refer to Viz as the orphan. Like
the
the
orphan,
rest of the
Viz.
review, we should just refer to him
honestly,
as
it's
the
how these
orphan.
characters work. Viz, the orphan.
Yeah, the orphan.
Yeah, and not gonna get into the specifics of the fantasy elements of the magic system, but he gets adopted by a wealthy man in the empire who intends to train him and send him to an academy. So we're in an academia setting for a lot of the book. Yeah, that's where we're at on plot. Very vague plot.
Very vague plot.
If you love... I know, I'm trying to be vague.
No, you're good. It's perfect.
The premise of the magic system is that the plebeians, the lowest caste of people, seed their will up to the next cast of people, right? They're called Octavias, something like that, right?
Something like that.
And they seed up to the next cast, and so on and so forth. And the will is the magic system that lets them get stronger, lets them handle materials in a certain way, right? Like imbue objects is what they call it.
Think chakra. Just think chakra from Naruto.
Okay.
Think if Madara actually succeeded at the end of Naruto, and that's what he did to
Didn't
the
get
world.
there.
Oh.
That's our very vague premise. I think my recommending of this book, so like Tori is somebody that I don't know that like a big world building, extensive character development is for her, right? I don't know that that's what she's looking for. Whereas, and that's not what you're getting in this book, right? You're not getting massive world building. You're not getting extremely in-depth character development outside of the main character. But what you are getting
and
is
some side characters.
But not...
And just a few.
Okay, a little bit. You're right. I take it back. You're right. Some side characters a little bit. But what you are getting for sure in this is a very fast-paced, exciting, awesome story. Awesome story. I think the story rocks. I loved it. The first 100 pages were really hard for me. I struggled because he is doing the world building there. And at times, I really struggled because it felt very info dumpy. I didn't, for me, you have to make me care, right? If you're going to make me learn like rules and cities and all these names, I have to care.
Right.
I didn't care yet.
Well, the first city you're introduced to, they don't even want you to care about it. So it's like, but you feel like you should.
It's hard sometimes for me when I feel like, because then sometimes, this is all just criticism of the first 100 pages. He's dumping the magic system at you in a very evident way that I think an editor could have fixed, right? It felt like how I would expect a fan fiction to be written a little bit, right? Like from a very amateur author, and he's too good for that. However, it took me 5 days to read the first 100 pages and 2.5 days to read the next 500 something pages. That story is so fun, very addicting, very exciting. It was very good. I loved the book. I know you didn't like it as much as some other people, but I needed a book that went at this pace. I needed that. I haven't had that in a long time. And, usually it's not my preference, right? I prefer a Sun Eater or a Wheel of Time, which this could not be more opposite to, in my opinion. But man...
But you can love them both.
Yes, and I will say, obviously, like those other are more of my favorites, and I think they're more impressive. But this, I don't think there's a lot of people doing it to his ability at that fast pace, that fun, like where I just needed the next chapter. Like I couldn't wait. It's not very often that during my lunch breaks that I'm reading my books, and I had to read that book during my lunch break because I was so, like, I needed it.
That's a good time.
So
that's a great time to have with a read. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I needed it. I especially needed it after Sun Eater book 4.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I loved the book. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars, but that's because I can't give it like 4.5 like I wanted to.
Right.
So
I gave it a 4. And I think we've talked about this, and I'm okay with admitting this, that like it is affected by a reading situation. Feeling comes from a time and place maybe in your life or where you're at with what you are reading. And I think I just read it at a not the greatest time. I still really liked it. Like a 4. Like I would also give it a 4.5 if I could, but I went with the 4 because it wasn't living up to what I was reading around it. It came off. I shouldn't have started it when I did. But I still really enjoyed it, and I really liked it basically from the start because I didn't know dick about it. So when like they introduced like will being their power system, I was like, oh, and like how I was like, this title's really dope actually, And yeah, I really did enjoy it. Well, and then right before the second one came out, I listened to this girl give a recap of the first book on YouTube, and she does a really good extent. Like, she kind of makes me understand some of the complaints we have about the names and shit a little better, because she has a background in because I don't know if we've said this, but it's like Roman Empire based world. So she puts it into like that perspective better than the writer does.
I understand.
For me,
that's how the names were derived, but that doesn't mean they're just better decisions could have been made about names. At times.
Sure.
And I think that's fair.
But
I know
when
it's
she
like
went through the story again for me, when she recapped it, I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. This is a really good
excellent.
Story.
The story is excellent. The story is 10 out of 10
unique.
For me.
It's unique. It is certainly unique. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And like I said to you, that was one of my gripes. It was a little too long of not knowing like what the hell's going on with certain things. Like, I hate when they hold that information almost literally till the end of the book. Because I didn't really know what was important or not.
That's perfect in this situation, because that's what made me rip through the book at the pace I ripped through it.
Sure.
And I was like, I just need to know what's happening.
I just need to know what happens. But the book almost ends with still not really knowing what the fuck was happening.
Yeah.
So that kind of hurt it for me at that point in time. But no, I mean, I told you, there was a reason that I still liked it enough that I was like, yeah, I got to read that second book. I got to read Vampire, then that second book, then that final Sun Eater. Like, it was on that list of books I wanted to read.
Yeah.
So, yeah. To get into a little bit of a spoiler talk, though, with this one.
Tell me.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think we should dive into some things, spoiler-wise, that we enjoyed or didn't enjoy about the book.
Okay. Let's start where I enjoy. So he gets adopted by a member of the government.
Key score.
Yes, and I love political. I love, like, you know, a government running a world. I love any time that is built.
Jake's pro-government.
Well, I didn't say that. I love learning about. Like, I think it's interesting when an author writes it. I might have a degree in it, so that might make more sense. But I loved all that. As soon as he goes to school, done. It was so unbelievably fun from there on for me. Like, fun. I think the school stuff, you know, because at times you realize when you're reading the school stuff that you're like, oh, here's this classic thing that has to happen in a school story. And here's how he makes his first friend, a classic thing that has to happen in a school story. And here's how we turn a bully into our friend, classic thing. Oh, here's the girl. Yes, it is all stuff that has been done before in that regard, but it was fun.
Like, I really like that.
Listen, the reason it's a classic trope like that is because life be like that. So I think for the school stuff, for the first portion of it, it's just fun. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, maybe halfway as he gets, so part of the school, I should have said this because it's very important. I should have said this earlier in the non-spoiler, but the school has a tier ranking system. There's class 7 through 3. And part of what he has to do is he's trying to investigate his adoptor's brother's death. So he's trying to, as part of that though, they believe he needs to make it all the way to rank 3. Mm. And rank 3 gets higher placements in the government, gets higher placements in military or religion. So what you're watching and reading, rather, I felt like I was watching, it was so good, is him try to climb from rank 7 to rank 3. Yeah. Once he gets to rank 4 is where it takes a turn from we're having fun, we're learning about the school, we're learning about Will, to then it was drama, right? Is that fair to say? Then it felt like a drama that was very exciting because you're learning more of what's at stake in the series and learning more of, what's going on, right?
Deeper, the plot thickens.
A lot.
In a lot of directions that still make you go, what the fuck is happening here? But in good ways,
Talk more about the school and the island. You, talk more about it. Okay, cut it.
Sorry.
You're just taking a sip.
I think the location. So I told you when I actually enjoyed the beginning quite a bit more than you. I thought when they were at the Coliseum thing and everybody was exploding out of nowhere, I was like, whoa.
I did like that. There's so much.
That was Robert Jordan level of like, whoa, I didn't see that coming.
This book's hard to talk about because so much happens in it. But we haven't even gotten into that there's a rebel group that knows who he is. We haven't gotten into who he is.
Some of them know who he is, and even within that rebel group, there are people that don't work together in the rebel group.
I needed to take notes. There's so much that happens.
I know.
I forgot to even get into that.
You should watch this girl talk about it. She does a great recap of that story.
I remember it all, but it's hard to summarize it all.
Yeah.
So this kid is an orphan because the Empire came and killed his parents, who were the king.
Yeah, I don't know if we told you guys yet, but he's an orphan. The orphan's an orphan.
So part of also his objective here is he wants to get revenge on the Empire that killed his whole family.
Took his family, took his country.
Yes.
Invaded him.
Yeah, God, so much happens.
Dude, yeah. I mean, dark character backstory, you know. And he has this whole oath that he doesn't use will. He doesn't seed, or he doesn't take in seeding. Honestly, it goes the whole book, and I don't think he uses will in the first book at all, actually.
No, none.
Chakras it up. No. So that's in a world where like that's the whole thing and he doesn't use it. It's fun watching him go through scenarios or, you know, control will-based things without using will. I like, cause you know, I like Viz. I like the orphan. I mean, he's a fun character to follow. You feel for him. It's not overly in depth, you know. I don't know him like I know Rand al'Thor, but I know.
That's what I'd say about this series. None of it is overly in depth. The story takes precedence over the characters and the world. I think that is the appropriate way to put it.
And I think the world has potential still. It's just the first book didn't really get into it at all. It was very contained. Though I like the island. I really, you asked me that. I didn't really get into that. The
school is amazing.
I like the setup of the school. I like that it's surrounded by these ruins that you start to learn a little more about. So it makes the location of the school even more interesting. In a different world, it's this, you know, it's Hogwarts, but it's its own, it's very different than Hogwarts. One of my favorite things was when they used the armor, when he had to duel that guy to get into, I think, class 5 or 4. And they had to use the armor to do the fight, and the cheating was happening. I was really into it during that. I was very and I mean, and that comes like after, like, oh, the orphan goes to another ruin and he sees like people get fucking ripped apart by these like shadow creatures, and you're just like, what the fuck was going on there? He just goes back to school, and it's just like, just when you get comfortable with the school stuff, all of a sudden the paranormal shit starts happening, and you're like, oh yeah, this is a fantasy series. What's this about? Very interesting. I like learning about the labyrinth because I'll tell you
Labyrinth's
what,
amazing.
The beginning,
I think the labyrinth.
The beginning of the book with labyrinth stuff, it was hard to kind of wrap my brain around how he kind of described it to me. I think both of us have said in the past, one thing this book series doesn't really do very great is like you can't picture it all the time. Like we can't.
That's why the world building is tough for me, because I don't think he does a great job of like visual explanation. So it feels hard to put yourself into the scene, like Robert Jordan's The GOAT. You put yourself into the character's viewpoint and you can see the world around you. You can't do that in this book.
No. And that's okay.
It's great.
Yeah.
Different strokes.
Different strokes for different folks. But it is good. It is good. Where this, like I said, where this series fell for me was really like 3 books. Not only did I just complete the Red Rising original trilogy, but I had just come off of, you know, Kavoth and his time at the Academy. You know, I've read Harry Potter. I've read the Dragon book.
I loved his stuff at the Academy.
We're going to school.
We could have been at the school for 3 years for me. So spoilers,
I was glad we weren't. I'll tell you what, I was excited.
At the school for 3 years. We graduate. But dude, I love the scene when he plays chess against, God, what is her name? Not Equa.
F.
No, it's another A name, isn't it?
I don't remember.
But when he plays chess against
And you know
her
what?
to bump
She gets
her to
brought up
4,
all the time. Do not know her name.
when he bumps her to 4 and he jumps to 3, that shit rocks.
That was pretty good.
I loved when he goes back to his homeland with class 3. That rocks.
Crazy.
That's really,
Dude, when
really,
they said that's
really
where they were
good.
going, I was like...
they're so... Listen, I
didn't see
will
that
take
coming.
responsibility. I have not done my best job of explaining this book, but there are numerous occasions, and this just doesn't happen. The more you read, the less moments you get like this, where I am completely blindsided and shocked by something that happens.
Mm-hmm.
That happens probably 5 times in this first book, where I'm like, holy shit. And that's the best recommendation that I can give for this book, is that it does that to me numerous times. I could reread that book today. I really loved it. I thought it was really good. I could reread it today because it's so exciting, and it's very easy to read, minus the names. But
who the fuck
and I'm not a name
anybody
complainer.
is.
To be clear, the name complaint is that he is using like Roman names, right? The problem is he makes a lot of them very similar, and I understand that maybe Roman names were similar as a whole. So what you have to do, though, is change the first letter. Like, there are multiple characters with A first names. There's multiple characters. Like, it just can't... That makes things tough. Yeah. And then he also frequently refers to characters by their first name, but then also their first and last name.
But also their
it's
title and last name.
Politicians. That's what I'm saying. And it makes it very difficult to follow.
Who the fuck is anybody? That's why I can't picture it, because I don't want to picture people, because I don't know if I'm thinking of the right person, other than the main, Amissa, fucking the orphan.
I love Amissa in this book. That's one of those moments where I go, oh shit! Love Amissa in this book.
What's the other girl's name? Fucking...
Amissa.
Equa, yeah. She's great.
Yeah. Aiden, is that his name?
Aiden.
He's great.
Dude.
The friend Cal...
The bully can be a friend.
Calidus, great in this book. Another great character. There are great characters in this book.
Yeah, you care, you feel, it does all the right things. It really does do all the right things.
Yeah.
I think it falls apart on itself a little at the end. Not that you're not excited, but there's so much, like I said before, there's so much shit that you're like, I don't know why this is even happening. And this book hasn't really explained. I get that it's a mystery, but because I don't know this much, now that we're doing stuff with it later on in this book, like near the end, it just made me go, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'll go along with it, but like, I don't know. And then the book gets to the end and does the different dimensions, and I'm like, okay.
I felt like I had enough of an idea of what we were doing to see what was going to happen.
There were things that people were doing, like abilities people were utilizing in the normal world at the end of this book that I was like, well, how can they do that? And I guess you're not really supposed to know, but it made me feel very lost near
I think
the end.
that's more of a problem. Another complaint I have, it's more of a complaint of the second book, is the magic system is not...
I'm very interested to talk the second book with you.
So
do you want to get into the second book?
We are in a second. For all my gripes of Sanderson, what he's very good at is magic systems. And he's very good at, here's a magic system, here's what you can do, here's what you can't do. Islington very much struggles in this book, in my opinion, to clearly define what is and is not possible by this magic system, such that things happen in this book that you're like...
Is that the magic system, or is that somebody just doing that?
and there's supposed to be moments where you're going, wait, how is that happening? How is that, like, that shouldn't be possible, except the magic system is so poorly defined at times that you don't really, you're like, oh, maybe that shouldn't be happening, but maybe I'm misremembering because I'm not totally sure how this works. And, that's a problem.
Which, I guess it's fine, but it just made it a little bit of a struggle for me.
No, it's not fine. It's not fine for your magic system to be, and the reason I know it's not fine is because we're going to talk about a second book after this book that might have something to do with the first book that highlights these problems more. And that's how I know it's not fine.
haven't heard Jake's opinion on the second book now that he's finished it. I'm so interested.
First book, Will of the Many, James Islington. Great book. That is a 10 out of 10 recommend for me. It is a book I would recommend to everybody. I would not recommend The Wheel of Time, and I would not recommend Stranger to everybody. I would recommend The Will of the Many to anybody. That's the highest praise I can give.
I donated one of my copies of it to my library because I wanted people to read it.
Woo-hoo!
You know, I liked it.
Philanthropic. We're a philanthropic podcast, people.
Let me tell you this, though.
Comment and subscribe.
The first person that took that book after I put it was a 90-something-year-old woman. Do you think she knew what she was getting into? Or
no.
Do you think she even liked it? A 90-something-year-old woman.
Did you ask her?
No, I don't really know who she is.
She gonna bring it back?
It was somebody who came and got it at like the library. I didn't donate it to the bookmobile. I donated it to the library.
I understand.
So I don't know.
Understand.
She did bring it back. I saw it sitting on the shelf today.
Okay.
So book 2 though.
The second book we will discuss. Yeah, go ahead.
Of the Few.
Strength of the Few, the much anticipated sequel to The Will of the Many.
Did you get the colored pages for the second one? Okay, I didn't know it. Dude, I'm telling you, I went to Barnes.
They're barely colored though.
I went to like 5 Barnes and Nobles, and none of them had them colored.
But they're not really colored. They're just like
they're
grayish,
grayish,
purplish,
purple. They match the cover.
Okay. First,
I was
congrats
worried.
to him for getting this book out as quickly as he did. Right? It was like 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, somewhere in there. I'm not gonna say that.
No, I did like it. I did all the.
This is again, praise for the first book is so high that I immediately read the second book, like immediately,
and pretty quickly.
So very, very quickly. So, if you've read the first book, you understand
pretty quickly,
without spoilers. This isn't spoiling it because first book. We start the second book, and the game has changed a little bit, and we're now doing a book from 3 different viewpoints. And those viewpoints are this in World 1.
The Orphans. The sequel is
this
called
in World 1.
The Orphans.
This in Egyptian world. And this in Viking world.
Yeah, this in Dune.
It's Egyptian world. But
yeah, it is Egyptian world. Viz in Yu-Gi-Oh!
And
The Orphan and Yu-Gi-Oh! Sorry.
How do we we'll go non-spoiler for a little bit here.
Yeah, this is a tougher one to do non-spoiler with.
This book we're following 3 different viewpoints instead of the one. And obviously that leads to certain narration styles. And in the main world though, we have progressed a little bit where I think he actually wakes up in the hospital at the university still. And now we're chatting with the Principalis, and he's not happy with Amissa because she stabbed the shit out of him.
Right.
And
spoiler for the
but
first
we've graduated. We're in the second book. Do not listen. Do not listen.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah.
You can't.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you can't. Even just saying viewpoints is tough. That's why this is the first book I've ever read that's impossible to talk about. 3
viewpoints, same orphan.
Yeah, tough.
That's like 2 girls, 1 cup.
And same results too. It's just a bunch of shit. But where was I? Oh, so in this book, obviously Viz is now Dormitor, and he's now moving into his career with the government. Well, with government, because he chooses government over military.
Government. Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's basically all I can do non-spoiler towards the plot. Is that fair? I don't know what else you do about the plot. I can still talk my feelings on it. I'm very down for that.
Give me your spoiler-free feelings.
The story is still good.
The story is still good. There's interest there.
There are
a recap of that would be tasty.
Very bad pacing issues in this book. And it's not surprising that this is the case. Because we have a character, we have this one who is in a main world that we just spent a whole book building up. Now we have this 2 and 3 on new worlds, whose plots have to progress pretty quickly, but I'm also supposed to care about those worlds, and I don't, right? Because I've cared about World 1 for a whole book now, and I continue to care more about it throughout the second book. But the other two worlds, again, he's trying to save them all. I don't care about those worlds because he just showed up in them. Okay? And he spends like a page and a half for each of world building them. And it just doesn't do it for me in that I don't care about those two worlds. Now, I think he does the Viking world better than the other, and everybody disagrees with me, which is funny. But the reason I think the Viking world is better is because it's more simple. It's more simplistic, right?
I think the Viking world is better.
Okay, thank you.
Especially by the end, like as the story goes. I don't know if it starts the best.
I think it's the better from the beginning.
It's fulfilling.
And we can talk more once we get the spoilers.
Yeah, I think it's the most interesting. I think it's doing the most interesting stuff.
But going again towards this pacing issue is that, you know, we are in the main world, Res, and things are moving at a certain, and it's funny because I'm like saying two different things that kind of go against each other, but it's how I felt and it's what I experienced, that in Res, things are moving kind of quickly and the plot is very developed and we're like in the thick of it, you know? But in these other worlds, it really has to take time to get to where it needs to, where you start to feel like you're solving something or start to feel like the plot's really developing. Mm-hmm. And that's really a problem throughout the first half of the book because you don't care about those worlds as you're reading. You just want to get back to World 1. That was my experience. And I think that problem, I don't know that it gets solved for me for the Egyptian world at any point. Actually, I never liked or cared about the Egyptian world or the people in it. The Viking world, I actually really enjoy. He built characters in it that matter. And yeah, I think the Viking world is actually good. But this is all to say, it was very ambitious what he went for. It didn't land perfectly for me, but I think it has a chance in book 3 to be really good.
I agree. I think the things that I dislike about this book, he's proven he's better than. He just needs to apply things that he did in the first book into the ideas he has that he put into the second and make it I think the third book should be a large book.
I think the third book is going to be much
big.
Better.
And I think there's a way to do it.
He has already said it's going to be 4 now.
Right. Sure. But I still think the third book should be huge. Just because I don't know, I just feel like if he wanted to develop those worlds a little better. So for me personally, because I texted you when I first got the book. Non-spoilies. I was really into it at the start because it picked up right at that other
exact moment.
Where he was with Ulquiscor's brother in the desert world. So at the beginning of the book, I was most into the desert world. Like they were controlling dead people. They were, it just like, it seemed like what I was waiting for to happen in the first book with this, like, show me what it's like in one of these alternate dimensions. I didn't even know the alternate dimension was there until it was there. Now you're putting me into it. So I was pretty into that. So it kicks off like that. And I was like, ooh, I like this. And then it jumps to the Viking world. And I was like, oh, okay, I got to do it again. Okay, this is... So right off the bat with the Viking world, I was a little off kilter because I was like, oh, I just adapted to this other world. Now I got to adapt to this world. And then we go back to the original world. I'm like, okay. That's when I figured out what was happening, like how this book was going to be told. And I was very grateful for the symbol of whatever world, whatever perspective of the orphan you were going to get. Mm-hmm. So... I don't know. It was a cool way to kick off the book compared to the first book for me. It felt more unique. It felt a little more original than, because like the first book, my biggest complaint at the time, very derivative. So this opening seemed new and fresh, and I really liked that. The thing is, though, as the book went on, and I said this to you before, there are for me, there are portions of this book where I care about each orphan's perspective a little more and a little less. They bob and weave. They bob and
I
weave.
don't know.
Sometimes I like one more, and then I end up not liking it
I
as
don't know
much.
how
But
you
I
ever care about the Egyptian one. So God
that's the
bless
thing.
you.
The Egyptian one just sank till the end for me. Honestly,
There's
it
nothing.
became the
Sorry,
second he
finish your
gets picked
spoiler
up.
free, so
And
I can spoily.
yeah, we gotta just get out of these. We gotta get out of this.
Let's get into spoilers. Okay, let me say this, people, before we go into spoilers. Pre-spoilers. Very good book still, in my opinion. Not very good. It's good. It's a good book. I think it is a book
that progresses the story.
It progresses the story appropriately and sets us up for a good book 3, in my opinion. And I think that makes it a good book. Is it as exciting and as the first book? No, not at all. Are there more mistakes in this book? Yes. But did he do something original that is fun? Yeah. Yeah. Do I still have all the faith in the world in him to write a good book 3? Yeah. Yeah. So now we're going to get into spoilers. Yes. Okay, the Egyptian world sucks because there's no characters and there's no character development. And to make me try to care about the guy he saves and to try to make me care about this assassin and her daughter is ridiculous. I care not about them at all. They all could have got shot at any point. And by the way, when they do die, I don't care. Okay. I had to say that. Now we can talk more.
No, yeah. I'm
100% right. And also, sorry. The Viking
You're
world,
85% right.
The Viking world is good. And it's good right away for me because when he goes, so at the very beginning, so let's not say right away, but the very beginning, I agree, I didn't really care that much when you're like, oh, he's in this town and he gets swept up by a druid. What's that mean? I don't know. But once he starts living with the family, I'm not saying it was bad, but I didn't like the stuff with the family in the cottage. I actually loved it. I thought that was really good because it gave me characters and built characters and a little world that I liked and were interesting and developed them a little bit and developed his relationship with them. You know, like we don't have a relationship with Amos and the assassin and the daughter. That's not really a relationship. People have a real relationship with those people. And when he's dragged away from them, you care, right? Yeah. So that's why the Viking world is better. Go on.
And the Viking, so like I saw it more like until you called it the Viking world to me, I didn't really think about it like that. I saw this book written in like just 3 different types of genres almost. Like it was a fantasy world that orphan whatever goes to. One of the ones without an arm. Because you know they have these different legions of people. It's kind of like Knights of the Round Table-ish. It seemed more Wheel of Timey. But then like the desert world, even though it's Egyptian, it still feels very like futuristic-ish. And then the other one is Roman. So it's, I don't know. I saw it as like the more fantasy world one. But it's the best story of, you get a Viz that kind of like finally heals in that world too. Like he finds something in that world that he's just like, I can let go of my past entirely. Where the other 2 versions of him, see the problem with this book, and I've heard other people say it, is the 3 orphans don't develop individually in different ways. Like a lot of people want to see different versions. Like if we're gonna have different versions of Viz,
I hear that complaint. I
hope we get more of it.
But I see it. I do think Viking world and Res World 1, I think they are a little bit different. It's the Egyptian world that I'm like, this is a waste of time because he isn't different at all.
They gotta really
could still
pick
be
that
different.
Up. They gotta really do something. James has to do something pretty impressive because like that one gets kind of cut off, like where the other 2 kind of have a conclusion in a way. Yeah. That one doesn't. That one's just like.
And I think it's crazy that
killed the bad guy.
What's Alcasor's brother's name? Caror.
Searoar.
Oh, sure. Searoar.
That's how the guy says it.
I believe you. I'm saying sure because that's ridiculous. Like the fact that you never see him again in that book is pretty surprising to me. And that's the problem with the Egyptian world. The best part of the Egyptian world is the brother.
Right, yes.
And then he's just gone.
Agreed.
He's just
and
gone.
You're right. He doesn't ever come back.
No, and it's really bad.
I mean, he comes back in a different world. That was a cool moment.
Great moment. Do you know why? Because the Viking world's infinitely better.
That was the first time in that book in a lot of pages that I actually whoa.
The rules and systems of the Egyptian world are so lame and boring and not easy to follow, and I just didn't care. I'm telling you, at times I was like, I'm ready to skim the Egyptian world, and that's bad. But I loved Viking World, and I still love Main World. I think they're very good. Main World's fun. Now, let's get into more complaints. Okay. I cannot believe Emissa's just not in this book, dude. She is one of the main characters of book 1.
Dude, same with the Principalis. What's his name? Viridius?
Yes.
He's not in it enough either.
But Viridius, while he's in book
I don't think any of those characters like them are in it very much.
I think
that's the problem with this book being cut into 3, Jake.
I think
nobody feels like they're there.
But if we're in Res, and we're talking characters, because we can't talk about the other 2 worlds. If we're talking characters in Res that are in the book an appropriate amount, it is Aiden and Aqua. Okay? Because Aqua's in that book a lot. Okay? Alcasur, who is a very main part of the first book, is not in this book.
Not much.
Okay? But for him, it kind of makes sense. The Emissa, I don't understand. And I think my problem with it is it feels like he purposely just didn't write it because he didn't want to resolve the plot of her and Vis. That's why.
Because it could be easily resolved if
because
they just did.
Well, that's where he kind of cops out a little bit, because what I was waiting for is them to be at odds with one another. Because that's probably what's going to happen in the next book, because she's still in military. Her father's in military. He's against the military. We get to
revolution real quick in this.
He's in governance. Now he wants to overthrow it all. But in the middle there, he kind of takes the cheap way out and just being like, yeah, they're okay. But you see Emissa literally 4 times in the whole book, and 2 of them are in the first 100 pages. She's just not in the book. And it's a problem for a character that is very impactful in the first book. Principalis Viridius, to me, he is in the first book, yes. I don't know that maybe it's just a personal thing. He is very important, but he's not part of that group. He's not part of that group. He's like an outsider, where Emissa is not. And I understand someone would comment and be like, well, now she's an outsider because of this. Dude, she needed to be in that book more, and it was not good that she was not in that book more. That was not good for me. I think even if you just dragged out, maybe they're going back and forth, just a couple scenes of it would have helped. Yeah. Yeah. I can do more character complaints. You want to do more? Mm-hmm. I hate that the dad is back. I hated it. It makes sense later.
Right. But once they presented it, I was like, okay, this is how he's alive.
But still,
because he's not. It goes along with the rules of the world. We know that dead people can be. I always
feel like, the whole thing is like, my parents are dead. This is the reason I am the way I am. My parents are dead. This is so fucked up. This happened.
He's an orphan.
That's
so
his
whole
important.
Thing. That's his name.
This is so vital to the basis of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's alive, and he's just in the woods in this other world, and I don't know. I didn't need it. I think the character is better left without it. But this is one of the points where, they
kill him back off pretty quick.
I know, but that makes it even worse for me, that it's like, why even bring him in, man? It just felt like a way to be like, hey, here's a way to shock you. He's alive. That's how I read it, and I think that's lame. But moving forward, this is a way at least that this Vis is different, right? Where he had this kind of resolution with his parents. But But then going into this more, I absolutely hate. I like the end of this book. I absolutely hate. Now the rest of his family's alive. Oh, and Callidius is also alive. It's like, hey man, I actually really respected that you had a good character, that you had the balls to eliminate from the story because it progressed the story really well. It progressed the story really well. It progressed Vis, our main character, really well to have him killed off. And just to be like, he's back! And his family! You're like, oh, he just has everything! He's got all the powers that nobody else has, and his family! It's a lot for me, that part. That I don't agree that, like, you've built this whole character off of his loss, and you just said, well, I'll take away his loss, and just bring them all back!
He can make zombies now. Yeah.
That's just not
Except
for me.
not with Equa, because their brains got blown out.
But they're not zombies, because they're, like, they still function, right? They still can talk. They're not like, like
yeah, no, they're like Naruto zombies. They're like reanimated jutsu zombies. There's a lot of similarities between this and Naruto.
So,
I got something I'm going to tell you about Naruto later too.
That is a very big complaint for me, and I think it's a very valid complaint. That ending to bring those characters back. That is something I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I just don't know. By the end of another book, at least at the end of the first book, they were like, here's kind of where we're going with this. At the end of this book, it was just like, all right, I guess we'll just see what happens next.
Well, where they have to be going is the guy who is running, what is the revolutionary group's name? Assidious. He is the bad guy. That is where we're heading.
Yeah, not
Assidious
the gang.
is trying to end everything.
Or not?
That is
or is he the good guy?
No, he is not the good guy. He is trying to end everything.
He said something along the lines of like,
bet you
one day we'll be
want.
laughing about this, man.
Yeah, I bet you whatever you want that he is not the good guy. Because it's too typically set up. And I would respect it if he is a good guy, I'll respect it. To me, it's too classically set up that like, hey, where the book is written such that you're like on Assidious' side. I think that's his name. When he kills the
remember.
9 military people.
Cool scene.
But great scene. But
great scene.
You're
They're
so
still
on
great
his,
scenes.
I like the book. I don't like.
It's a very
bringing
Revenge of the Sith. You know what I mean? I love Revenge of the Sith. But as a film, it's like, this could have been better. But there are great scenes.
I like the book a lot, man.
I like the book too. I think I told you the other day, I might have liked the second one more than the first.
I did not. But
for some reasons, I don't agree with it myself.
What is very classically happening is you agreed with Assidious in that scene, right? But you're not supposed to, right? Because he's killing people, and Vis doesn't really like that we're killing people, you know? And it's very classically setting up that it's like, well, of course you should have known Assidious was a bad guy. He's murdering people in cold blood, and no matter what, that's not okay.
And he has the ability to travel between the dimensions. What's that about? At like will. No pun intended.
I'm just going to keep ripping this book that I do like. Because let me state again, I really love the story of this book series. This magic system is,
Bananas.
and I'm trying to swear less on this podcast, this magic system is a fucking mess. It is a mess in the first book, and by the second book, it has reached a level where the building blocks that needed to be there in the first book, you know, that tower's kind of going, but it's like my retaining wall, bud. It's going down, and in the second book, it completely falls off. Example, in Res, he has new powers, and you don't, like, for me, I was like, oh, didn't exactly, like, he's imbuing, like, I understand that he could steal will, that you couldn't do that before. I understood that. But, like, when he's doing essentially the Olympics, you know, he's doing an NFL draft combine, he's, like, the way he is, like, talking about being able to lift the boulders, I'm like, I thought you could do this kind of stuff already. I didn't know you needed new powers to kind of do certain things in this. And I understood it later better, but by not having a solid foundation of your limits of your magic system, the expansion of the magic system from the Egyptian world specifically, it doesn't do anything for me. I think the Viking expansion of it isn't as bad, but the Egyptian expansion of it, it's part of the reason I hate that world, is that it's not very clear of what he can't do and his abilities. And at a point, instead of being like, oh, it makes sense, you just go, oh, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I agree.
Sure. So there's parts of the book where you're supposed to be excited about what he's able to do, and instead I'm just like, sure, whatever, sure. Yeah. Viking World rocks, Egypt World sucks, rest is still good. Characters, I wish we could have talked more about Amissa. I would agree with Viridius and Alcastor as well as characters that... But Viridius makes more sense to me logically as to like why he's talking to Viridius less. Alcastor makes more sense to me as to why he's talking to him less. And Amissa, people would say, well, she's in military, that's why he's talking. Bro, he talks to all his other friends plenty. He could have talked to her. It's weird that she's not involved. Literally, like, repeatedly, they're like, Aiden and the one who was ranked 1 in the class in the first book for a period of time. And Aqua, they're all together.
Idris or something like that?
No.
One of them's Iroh, and then the other one's...
Eero. Yeah. Again, there's 2 of them. One dies. Okay, great scene. Should I talk good scenes real quick?
Yeah.
That I loved.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk great scenes. Because I
think we're about to agree on a great scene. But what were you just about to say?
When the guys, what is his freak? Indel is the good one. Indel is the good one, and he's cool. I like Indel. I really loved. Flashback to the first book, something we should have talked about in the first one. When he figures out that Vis is from Seuss. When he figures out Vis is from Seuss.
When he finds out the orphan is sus.
He might be by his lack of care for Amissa in the second book. But
the only competition got her brains splattered all over the wall, so
well, that's the scene, bro. That scene.
Oh, that's what you're about to tell me?
Yeah, I think it's Eero is the bad one.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Iroh.
I don't want to call him Iroh because I think of
Yeah, his dad just fucking kills her.
That was good.
I was pretty... I'll tell you what, that once again, it had scenes where I sat
She'll probably be back in the 4th book.
I don't know. I don't think you can bring... I think you need the corpse.
Oh, who cares, dude? Who cares? Just bring them all back.
You don't know. See, I think a lot of the gripes I have with this book really could... Like, if this was a completed series and I could read the other 2 and I'd have a perspective...
True. There's a good chance I'll look back and
he could build on... He could fix all these things really in another book. But for what I have right now... Like I said, as I read it, as the book went on, I cared about it less. And then it just kind of bobbed and weaved. Like, it just had moments. When he goes in the Viking world to the castle or the city that's under the water that he goes and, like, does all that shit, that was fucking cool.
That was awesome. Dude.
We didn't cut away from it. We got, like, the whole story of it.
Him coming out of there, getting taken, getting stabbed in the gut, saved by his dad. But then coming out and the arm is reattached to him. Dude, that's awesome. And the whole idea that in the Viking world, you get what you need. You're given what you need from that place. And what he needed was the arm, dude. So I think the Viking world really rocked.
Moments. Yes,
the Viking world was really good. The ending of the Viking world was the best ending of the 3. The Viking world's really good. The Egyptian world...
I'm liking the Viking world.
Wow. Cut that.
No, will not.
The Egyptian world has none of that, and I can't believe it took me... I was a little mean to Scott, because he likes the Viking world, or he likes the Egyptian world the best, and I'm like, well, you just objectively have horrible taste. That's why, like, obviously you like it the best, because it sucks ass. Like, it's... Because the Egyptian world is just like, fast-paced and awesome.
To me, it started strong, but it fucking
world
died.
Building, and it's very boring.
It fucking dove into one of those watery acid pits.
Who cares? Who cares about the assassin? Who cares about Amos, dude? Who cares? Come on. I don't care. And then I'm supposed to be impressed when he gets this flail and stuff. I didn't even like that.
I did like to see when he came back into... When he just busted into the city and started killing people.
Of course, he just comes... The city was... He and Karer had to fucking work for months and months and months of how to get in. The second time, he just goes, bop, I'm in. Get out of here, man. Ugh, it sucked. The Egyptian world
very
sucks.
fast-paced, yeah.
This book is amazing otherwise, because I really do like Rest, and I like the Viking world. The Viking world for me from beginning to end is actually good. The whole way through. Do you know why? Because it's a story unto itself. In part because he doesn't know another world exists for most of it, but it's hey, I'm on the run and I'm learning about this world. Now I'm living with people and changing my perspective on life and I'm finding new appreciation for things, to now I'm having this internal conflict because I'm going to military camp and I have to learn to be a soldier, but I kind of want that behind me. But wait a second, I actually love these people and these characters are real people that have personalities that you like, right? It all builds towards something. And in Egypt, you're just like, whoa, I hit stuff. And that's what Scott likes. And he won't listen to this, but I wish he would, because it sucked. And there's no argument for me.
I did like that scene, but I agree with
when
you.
When he bashes in?
Because at that point, I was like ready for anything to happen in the Egypt
Egyptian
world.
You're just like, God, can
give us something cool.
Happen?
And I thought that was neat.
Everything that happens there, like the drones, the people, I don't care. And I think he could have made it better. I don't know. But man, I didn't care. But James, listen to me, James. If you hear this is so important. I'm upset and I'm yelling and I sound petulant, James. But the reason I sound petulant is because I care, because I love your book series. Okay, James? Please understand that. We would love to talk to you because I need you to know I love Viking World and I love Res. Okay? I love them. And I love I'm not going to learn Lucerian and Obetuan.
Obetium and Lucium.
That's what he says. I love you as a writer. I think you're really good. I think this was a slight mistake for you, but it's because you know what I mean? You aim for the moon and reach the stars. Okay, James? We love you. We like this book a lot. It's just the Egyptian world is not for us. For me, specifically, quite a bit. But the Viking world was so good. I'm very impressed by that.
And the only thing each of them all have, even though the Viking world is so good, and everything you've even just said, they still feel lacking. Every story feels a little lacking because it's split into three.
But that is where, to me, the next book can fix that.
Sure.
It can't fix it with the Egyptian world. I actually believe that at this point, I think the Egyptian world is like... But maybe that's the idea, right? So I will say this for him. Maybe the idea for him with the Egyptian world is the next portion of it is going to be where it really is really, really exciting and entertaining. And that would make sense as if you think of like the possibilities.
Yeah.
But again, as you said, and I think it's a really good point by you, that if we had the third book right now, we'd probably feel much differently about
And it could go the other way.
It's a great point. Yeah.
Could make it worse.
Yes. But I have faith in you, James. When you hear this, James, please understand. We are massive fans, and we're upset because we love it. And this guy's tongue is orange. Like, why would you listen to him anyway?
that sugar-free sponsor of ours.
Yeah, I'm really excited for book 3, man.
Day one purchase for me. I will be. He's got me. I just wish I liked the second one as much as I did when I started it.
The
Colosseum, the fucking what did you like the scene where they did the will battle, but like not a Colosseum, but they did the chariot race.
Chariot race was
pretty dope. Yeah, that's
chariot
a great
race was awesome.
That was the end of Act 1, and that's a great way to end it.
Chariot race was awesome. I more than you, I genuinely loved every part of the Viking world. I actually loved every part of it. I think it was, for what he had to do with the space and the time, I think it was almost perfect. I think it's really good, man. I think it's really excellent. So that's my summary of Viking World. Is truly, I liked him learning, like, it's okay that he's missing an arm and that he has to learn to deal with that. And I'm usually not that guy. I don't really care about that. I really loved it. I thought it was good. I liked him learning these lessons of, like, he's being knocked down. He's got to get back up. I loved him, slowly developing these friendships, right? And, like, just respect for people.
And possibly more than friendships.
The scene. I'm very conflicted on that because he has to be with...
One of him has to be with him.
I don't know how it's going to go, so I'm trying not to put judgment on it.
You think they'll all come back together by the end?
So I'm just trying to talk about scenes I really like in the Viking War. So then, I love the scene where they fight... I don't know his real name, but I call him Gibraltar. When they fight his men,
I don't even know who you're talking talking about?
Gander Corfin or something, whatever the guy's name is. Galkavar, yeah, Gibraltar. What do you name a guy Galkavar? Galkavar. His name's gonna be called Gibraltar. The straight up Gibraltar. It's a very common in Jeopardy answer. The straight up Gibraltar. Okay, so the scene where they fight those men and Vis kills somebody and that like really integrates them more into the group. That's also good, man. I think the Viking world's great, and then obviously the end scenes of the Viking world are amazing.
Yeah.
Egypt world for me, I really mean this. From the time that Alcasor's brother is gone, has not a single scene that I like. That I was like, oh. I mean, really, I can't think of one because even
that
the
whole
flail,
dancing thing, I was like, what the fuck
the
is
dancing
the point
thing,
of this?
I texted Scott and I was like, hey, this is the worst thing I've ever read in my life. What the fuck are we doing? Like, yeah, really bad. Bad. And I think it was trying to be humorous or whatever, but the problem is that world sucked so bad that it was too late. And James,
it's too dry.
I can't say this enough. Can't say this enough, James. We're fans. I mean it. Res, is there any like amazing scenes we've missed from Res? I'm trying to think.
Probably. I mean, I like that bit where he's like, it's after he kills all those guys and the revolution kind of kicks off the Civil War, but like he's kind of like Batman out there.
Oh,
that was interesting.
I love that he's walking around with a mask of metal and an arm of metal, and he's using them, like shooting them around. I think that's very cool.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of the wolf stuff. Actually.
Oh yeah, the wolf, his wolf. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the wolf stuff. That's why I'm not talking about it.
Overpowered wolf.
I can't. It's like his family's back, and he's all powerful, and he has a wolf. And it's like, okay.
And even if the wolf dies, he's gonna bring it back to life.
And the wolf got stabbed in the head or whatever. So
I don't even know if
we didn't. I could do without the wolf. As a totality.
Diago.
Yeah. But what other big scenes, man? I'm blanking.
It's because I like the scene when what's the maid? Not the maid. Elqui scores like the girl.
Yeah, I like him.
When she snaps, like when they're at the.
It's he, bro.
No.
He gives him tea.
No, not
him. Lanista?
Yes, Lannister. Thank you.
Good scene. See, thank you.
When she like snaps when he's like seeding, and I was I was like, what is going on here? Like, and they're saying the same zombie shit that the people.
Yes. And we talked about when
the
Aqua
first
dies.
act is solid. The first act of this book was where I was into it.
We talk about like when Aqua dies, that scene, but leading into that scene is also amazing. Like him going and getting Lannister and Alcasor and leaving.
Yeah.
What's her face there?
Yeah.
I think that's an awesome scene too. I really liked it.
Yeah. I almost forgot about that.
God, what? I know, I forget. And of course, like the scene where they go and kill the.
It's all happening very fast too.
Yes.
So, like you already said, the pacing in this book
is just not the best.
It all starts happening, and you're like by the time a civil war is going on, I'm almost like, did I miss something?
Here's a question: what happens in Act 2 in Res?
What do you mean?
Like, what happens in Act 2 in Res? I can't remember anything that happens in the middle of that book. In that,
I mean, in Act 2, that's where he gets taken into the where Res Viz gets taken to the other world for a little bit, and they kill the people in the.
That's Act 3, no?
No, it's Act 2. I'm almost certain.
I liked him going back and forth between worlds. I thought that was neat. I liked that.
There's cool concepts. There's a lot of good
Viridius
concepts.
You know what? You have convinced me to like this book more.
Yeah.
You convinced me to like this book more, and I really liked it because I'm very confident that book 3 will take these points. And I already felt that way, but now I'm seeing the vision even more of how book 3 is really going to take these and smash it. I really think so, man. It sucks, man. I almost wish I didn't read these yet because I'm actually really excited for book 3.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see. I mean, I'm glad he announced the title not that long ago.
I'm also glad that we are doing 4. I'm all for, given the state of everything in this series right now and where it is, we
just need a little more.
Let's take our time. Let's figure this out.
Especially if they're 2 big ones.
I'm here for it, bro.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't be upset to see a 900-page third book. You know what I mean?
I'm here for it. And he can write big books, dude. The last book in that other series the hard covers had to be split into 2 books.
Oh, wow.
They're good, man.
Cool. Then,
Yeah.
well,
So
it's a wait and see.
It's a wait and see, but I did have a good time and I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair to say?
And once again, for me, this is also like, did I read the first book probably at not the right time? Maybe. Did I read the second book maybe at not the right time? Right after I finished Sun Eater? Yeah, probably not the best time.
Probably not the best time.
To compare.
I read the first book at a good time and I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved it. And I like the second book.
There's more to complain about.
It's more world building for another book, and I shouldn't be complaining as much. I'm a prisoner of the moment, people. But you know what? You'll get here the unfettered truth and my honest opinions every time. And when I'm wrong, when this next book comes out in 2 years or a year and a half, and we review it, guess what? I will sit here and tell you how wrong I was, and I hope you tell me that I was wrong in the comments when you like, comment, and subscribe to this podcast, as we always so greatly appreciate. As you notice, we always interact with the comment section because we appreciate it so much. Because, the truth is...
There's not that many to keep up with.
Well, it's also, the truth is, man, there aren't the most people, especially me, in my everyday life, that I can talk to that have read these books or have played these games that we play or watch these movies. So, I love finding people, and I don't want to say building a community because we're not there yet, but, it's awesome to have people to have a dialogue with about what you're consuming, right? It's awesome. So I'm very appreciative of that for everybody that, is so inclined to have a conversation with us.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, every now and then, but it just pours out of me.
That's good shit. And that is an episode, man. That is our show for tonight. No better way to kick it off. Hope you enjoyed. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the shit bugs bite. We love you.